with bladder cancer. And so she is in treatment, and we have been dealing with that treatment, weekly. And we are struggling to get through that. And we're asking for God to lift her up and to keep a healing hand on her and to help us help her get through this. This has been a struggle that's been going on now for how long?
Since last fall, late fall.
Late last fall. And, we've kept it private because she wanted it to be kept private. But because of the court case and the things that have come out, that came out. And a lot of people have picked up on it. A lot of people have bombarded us. We've had the press outside of our doors sitting.
Nanny Faye has cancer, Todd Chrisley revealed on his podcast, Chrisley Confessions, on June 17. Since the show's debut in 2014, Todd's mother, who is 77 years old, has performed as a cast member on Chrisley Knows Best. Since Nanny Faye is a fan favorite on the show, many viewers in 2022 will be interested in learning more about her health. In this video, we are going to talk about Nana Faye, her cancer diagnosis, and if it affects Todd and Chrisley's case in any way. So to get all the details, watch the video till the end. Hey everyone, welcome back to Topish. We have some exciting stories that are full of lip-smacking delicacies. So make sure to subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. With that being said, let's begin. Elizabeth Chrisley, better known by her stage name Nanny Faye, has won the undying love of her followers for her hilarious antics, rebellious demeanor, and wicked sense of humor. Many viewers of the show claim that Nana Faye is their favorite person, and we are not surprised by this since she is constantly picking on Todd. She's a breath of fresh air on the show in general, and she's very funny. She's always a hoot if you see her in an interview outside of the show. Because of her poor health, the reality star has unfortunately been the focus of a lot of media speculation lately, and the worst suspicions about her have now been confirmed. It's very heartbreaking to know that since last fall, everyone's favorite grandma has been fighting bladder cancer. After being found guilty of fraud and tax evasion, Todd and Julie, the Chrisley Knows Best stars, resumed their Chrisley Confessions podcast. Later this year, they will receive a sentence that could result in them serving up to 5 years in prison. The family had no choice but to publicly discuss the struggle the matriarch is going through after months of rumors and the lengthy trial's revelation of Nanny Faye's cancer. We'll get into more detail about this later in the video. Let's proceed for the time being. The cast of Chrisley Knows Best, which premiered a new season on July 28, 2022, includes Todd, Julie, Savannah, Chase, Nanny Faye, and Grayson. The family and their hilarious antics can be seen on USA Network on Thursdays. It is safe to say that Nanny Faye has a large international following. Many fans of Chrisley Knows Best take to Twitter to express their admiration for the family's arguably funniest member. Striving every day to be like Nanny Faye when I'm older, one fan tweeted in reference to Nanny Faye. I really like the relationship between Chase and Nanny Faye, another user tweeted. One of the things I lament is not getting my grandmother's old remedy recipes, according to a different fan. I would adore an hour with Nanny Faye to record some of those recipes. So, is Nanny Faye suffering from cancer? Unfortunately, yes. Todd Chrisley stated on the Chrisley Confessions podcast on June 17, 2022, "My mother was diagnosed with bladder cancer." Todd continued by saying that the family has been dealing with that treatment on a weekly basis and that Nanny Faye is in treatment. The Chrisley family, especially Faye, who is going through such a serious health crisis, has only been unnecessarily highlighted by the timing of the Chrisley couple's trial. According to Chrisley Knows Best star, his family is struggling to get through that and is pleading with God to lift her up and keep a healing hand on her. Additionally, Todd has mentioned the press personnel who line up to take camera shots of them. They appear outside the anchor door and carry on their journey with a lens despite not caring about the problem that his family is facing because they have no regard for it. The home of his mother, Faye, was visited by the media despite this. Todd is currently having more difficulty as a result of the press. Liking the video so far? Then go like, share, and subscribe now. When asked about the media and paparazzi outside his national home and the home of his mother, Todd said, "I would ask that the folks who are doing this regard that she is 77 years old and that she is fighting a battle for her life. We are battling that, undergoing the necessary treatments, maintaining our optimism, and entrusting her to God." A lot of people had noticed the diagnosis. We've been barraged by a lot of people. "We've had the press outside of our doors, waiting on the sidewalk with long lens cameras to take pictures of us," he said. Chrisley declared that he still has hope. "I ask God to keep a healing hand on her every day, several times a day. We are no different from anyone else in that everyone experiences difficulties." According to Todd and Chrisley, Nanny Faye has been battling bladder cancer since the fall of 2021. As far as we know, Nanny Faye is still a part of the cast of Chrisley Knows Best, which debuted on July 28. Nanny Faye continues to bring her hilarious personality to the show despite having health issues since late 2021. Nanny Faye cracks her family up as she arrives at the Chrisley home prepared to go gothing with Chase, as seen in episode previews for the upcoming season. In terms of his mother's health, Todd stated that the family had not publicly discussed her cancer diagnosis in 2021 because Nanny Faye preferred to keep it private. The family's best efforts to conceal the knowledge during Todd and his girlfriend Joe's trial were futile, and the information was disclosed during the trial. They've talked about the expenses Faye will have to bear in order to get her treatment once a week. Todd has talked about the home he resides in and the spread of the disease to others. Bladder cancer, which develops in both men and women, is the fourth most common type of cancer, especially for men. It starts to form when the cells that make up the urinary bladder begin to expand and eventually turn into tumors. Nanny Faye was recently called to give testimony during the trial of her son and daughter-in-law. She once admitted that she frequently forgets things. She explained that she didn't remember some things because of her advanced age and the amount of time that had passed. Fans are also worried about the potential impact Todd's conviction may have on his mother's already precarious health. She will undoubtedly be devastated to learn that her son might go to prison while she is receiving treatment. The mother of two only experienced another significant health scare last year when she broke two of her ribs as a result of a crippling rib injury. She had a second foot injury the year before, but both times she made a full recovery. Todd shared a motivational quote on his Instagram earlier in the month of June, which read, "God never gives us more than we can manage." It seems like a direct reference to both his conviction and his mother's diagnosis that God helps us handle what we are given. In what appears to be the most challenging period of their lives, the Chrisley family is supporting one another. "We can handle this. God is with us." Savannah backed her father, expressing her admiration for him. The Chrisley family has dealt with cancer before. This time is no exception. On March 17, 2022, 15 months after being diagnosed with the illness, Faye's beloved and older sister, Aunt Frances, also lost her fight. Currently 77 years old and fighting a valiant fight for life is Elizabeth Chrisley. She was likely born in 1945 or thereabouts. She's been completely healthy ever since she was told she had cancer. Todd has discussed his mother in the course of the trial and has provided details about journalists who have been to his mother's house. What does this imply for Julie Chrisley and Todd Chrisley? The Chrisley Knows Best stars are under a lot of stress due to Nanny Faye's cancer battle and their guilty verdict. They weren't anticipating a guilty verdict, so they now have to get ready for what's going to happen. Todd and Julie could spend up to 30 years behind bars. Even though it's unlikely they will receive the maximum punishment at this point, that is a significant amount of time spent away from their family. They are scheduled to be sentenced later this year. But that changed, which was depending on whether an appeal is filed or if additional legal issues come up. The sentencing date for the Chrisleys was moved from October 6 to November 21, according to court documents submitted and obtained by a source. There is a lot to work out before they are sent to federal prison because Grayson Chrisley and their granddaughter Chloe are still living under their roof, and Nanny Faye is receiving weekly cancer treatments. In order to stay in their homes while they awaited sentencing, Todd and Julie were both under house arrest. For religious, professional, and medical reasons, there were some exceptions to the rule. However, they had to be discussed with the person in charge of monitoring them. It's still uncertain when season 10 will begin filming. We can only wait and see what happens. That ends today's video. Please leave a comment below to let us know what you think will happen next with the Chrisleys. Like and share this video to stay up to date on their progress, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Topish keeps you up to date on the latest Hollywood celebrity news, drama, and gossip. Subscribe to our channel and check back for new videos and updates. We'll see you in the next video.